Gender Affirmative Discrimination Team. I am standing here before you today to tell you that gender discrimination has diminished over time. I am standing here today to tell you that through historical evidence, current events, the novel To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and through prevailing media, that gender discrimination has diminished. I am standing here today to tell you that our opponents suggest the opposite, that through religion, law, the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, and prevailing media, that discrimination is still prevalent in our society. However, I disagree. Our opponents suggest that gender discrimination, meaning the prejudice based on sex or gender, continues to prevail in our society. Our opponents assert that these acts of discrimination occur more often than not, and that these acts of discrimination are the norm. Our opponents assert that these acts are committed by religions preaching to their followers that marriage and love can only be endured by a man and a woman, that homosexuality is a transgression to not only their religion but to society, and that women receive less rights compared to men. Our opponents assert that another mechanism for these acts of discrimination are by laws being constituted to refrain homosexuals from having the same rights as any other individual in the country. Finally, our opponents assert that these acts of discrimination are committed by the media, exploiting women and homosexuals in music, sports, and video games. However, these acts have diminished. Anthony D'Angelo once stated, "If you believe that discrimination exists, it will." Wouldn't you agree? Before the 21st century, women were known as nothing more than housewives, and homosexuals were unheard of. But through protests, fighting, and civil rights movements, change was enacted. In the 20th century, the 19th Amendment was established, allowing women to vote. In the last 10 years, laws have been passed in certain states that allow homosexuals the same rights as other heterosexual citizens. Before the 21st century, the novel To Kill a Mockingbird was the spitting image of gender discrimination, which included Scout, a young girl dressing like a young boy. This act of expressing one's true self was frowned upon. In the late 20th and 21st centuries, this changed. Everyone is accepted, regardless of gender and sexual orientation, and everyone is free to express their true identity. And before the 21st century, media exploited those who dare show their true colors and reveal their sexual orientation and portrayed women as a stay-at-home mom. Now, everyone can act, everyone can be portrayed as themselves, and everyone is treated equally. My associates on the stage are here to further describe that these ways of sexism and homophobism have decreased. Although it has not fully been eliminated, the amount of discrimination seen today is not comparable to that of earlier centuries, showing America's movement towards change and equality. That in itself is a true sign that gender discrimination has diminished. I leave you with this thought to ponder. Just remember, over a century ago, women were stuck in the house working to cook, clean, and take care of their children.